Okay, here we go. We are streaming now. Okay. Okay, how's everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a great Sunday. Okay.
I showed them the door.
Uh Okay, here we go. Okay. Hey everyone, how you guys doing? Hey guys. Okay. Anyone who needs help, just invite me, and I'll help you out with your sales. Hey Missouri, how are you, man? Is MC worth doing solo? No. No, MC business is no. That's like you can just buy the supply, so you don't need to do that. You don't need to steal them, but to do sales, you would need at least one other person with you. Is the update good? It's okay. It's been almost a month. Um, it's the worst thing about the update, though, was that they took out over 180 vehicles from the game, nearly 200 vehicles. That's really stupid. They shouldn't have done that. Okay. First stream I caught in a while. I've gotten my sleep schedule back in order. Keep it up, Pearl. Thank you, Specialist. Thank you for sponsoring my channel for a year and a half, man. Thanks. Okay, 3 miles here. Okay, you were right. National Guard and Army are separate branches. But about the question, how did the Army not catch wind of Jerry's activities? Probably either corruption or incompetence. I think that maybe with the Cold War going on at the time, they just didn't look into what he was doing specifically that much. Have you 100% completed Red Dead Redemption 2? If not, do you plan on it? Yes, I do plan on it. Long John Lance, thank you for the super chat. Thank you, Victor. I just don't know when I get around to it because I know it's very time consuming to get 100% in Red Dead Redemption 2. Maybe if you play an invite-only session, but it's still going to be a giant pain to drive all those vehicles by yourself. I know it does make no sense. How do you not get bored of GTA? I mean, I play a lot of different games on the channel, and we stream Red Dead Online once a week, and we've been streaming Vice City Stories, and there's a new update. Is still, it's still been less than a month since this update came out, so it's still fresh. Oh, and right, this Tuesday is a new Red Dead event. Do I think that as a Star Wars fan, the first The first finale order was a waste of potential. Do you think they could have really cool enemy types if they had better writing? You know what they should have done is they should have just followed the George Lucas's books originally, like the Star Wars books, which take place after the movies. They should just followed that. There's like this evil alien species that invades the galaxy called the Yuzan Vong after like Episode 6, and they should have just followed that story instead of like giving us the mess they gave us. No, I didn't see it, Mark. What was your comment? What did you say? Hey Valdo, how are you, man? Pro, can I have an invite? You should just be able to join me, Locke. Because it's a friend session, it should just let you join in automatically. The GTA friends list is like a bit glitched at times also. I just don't want people to see who's on my friends list because then a lot of times griefers will try to add them. I mean, they can't get in here, but still will you should just be able to just join me manually though, Locke. Because it's a friend session, so you're on my friends list though. I have a question. If you're against futuristic stuff in GTA 5, why do you use the atomizer? Well, look, I don't think that any of this futuristic stuff should be in the game, but things like the atomizer I'm going to use, and the atomizer is, like, minimal compared to something like the Oppressor Mark II. I just use the atomizer to flip vehicles when they get stuck. That's pretty much what I use it for. Okay, and just invite me to the next business whenever you're ready. Yeah, the new missions aren't very that interesting. They aren't. Yeah. I wonder what the December DLC is gonna be.
Okay.
Okay, Van's here. When am I gonna play the Yakuza games? Probably sometime later this year. Thank you, Pavi. Thank you for that lift. Do you think it's worth a trade price to ride you? Yeah, you complete the story, you get paid for it, and you get like over $1 million off on it, so yeah, I would say so. Yes, oh yeah, the ride you is definitely worth it. Great for doing new hangar missions. Did Tommy kill Donald Love for killing Avery? It's a possibility, but this happened like 15 years later though, because GTA 3 takes place 15 years after Vice City. Man, these post-op missions need an upgrade. Thank you, Doctor, for the super chat. Where do you think they hid the Blackwater money? They didn't take it with them? I thought they took it with them in the... So they never revealed that? I don't know then. I start my security classes this weekend. Well, congratulations, Pappy. I hope that everything goes good for you. I'm not really going crazy with the tier challenges, honestly, and I notice a lot of people aren't really going crazy with them either. If there's like a tier challenge I can complete along the way, I'll do it, but I'm not really going to stress myself to doing them. Do you think Tommy tried to kill CJ and Claude? Well, what reason would Tommy have for killing CJ? And also for Claude? I don't think there really would be a reason, would there? No, I don't think there would be. My favorite game and movies? My favorite game of all time would be Saints Row 2, the 2008 game. And my favorite movie, my favorite modern movie would probably have to be The Equalizer, yeah. Say The Equalizer. There's a video on YouTube, What Happens After San Andreas. I'd have to check it out, but what do they say? Oh, and what was Mark's thing? Mark was asking me something. Mark Leslie was asking me something earlier, right? This car's in the way here. Oh. Okay, well, I'll look at the video a little bit later than Mark if Okay, let's see here. And look at how I parked that van. People have been mentioning that Threads thing to me. I don't even know what that is. Some social media thing. Any vehicle in-game you would own in real life? Maybe the Stafford car, because that's a nice-looking car. But I'm honestly not much of a car guy. Honestly, I don't think I don't really even have a dream car. If you would ask me what my dream car would be, I would probably prefer the money equivalent of the car than like a than the car itself. Yes, I'm not much of a car guy, honestly. I'm just not into cars that much personally. Can we deliver a delicious package in GTA 4? What do you mean, Doctor? I don't really have one either reward. Which heist in GTA Online is your favorite in terms of fun and replayability? My favorite heist right now is Casino Heist. You know, my favorite heist used to be Cayo Perico, but it's not Cayo Perico anymore because it's how broken it is now with the guards spotting you constantly. My favorite one would be Casino Heist. My least favorite heist I would say it would have to be Act 3 of the Doomsday. It's just too ridiculous. Thank you for that super chat, Wyatt. It means can we deliver packages? What, with the post-op van? No, I haven't, Michael. I will probably check out Oppenheimer when I have the time. Yes, there was, Michael. Well, but even if you have people that know what they're doing on the Doomsday heist, it's ridiculous too. GTA Online is kind of like in a dying state almost. Like it hasn't gotten really a significantly large DLC in some time. I don't really count Drug Wars as a large DLC, so it hasn't really gotten a large DLC in some time. And the updates just keep getting smaller and smaller. Thank you, Kevin Schofield. Microsoft added GTA 5 on Game Pass. Well, they must have had some big deal with Rockstar then. What's your question? What time period would you love to live in? Right now, modern time. There are a lot of time periods in history were not as good as people think that they were. Where are you from? Brooklyn, New York? Let's get to this drop off here. How many hours do you have on GTA 5? I will check for you in just one moment. Rodriguez, could you push my car a little bit, please? Thank you. Makes it go a little faster. Okay, got 2 miles. Is the PC version of GTA Online good? No. It's full of glitch. It's full of like modders. It's really annoying. No. What rank are you? Rank 1364. Okay, and I will check for you how long I've played on this game right now. Right when I deliver this here. Okay, there's half left. Half a mile left. Okay, here we go. Okay, person wanted to know how long I've been, let's see here, time spent in GTA Online, 473 days, 2 hours, and 40 minutes. Okay, we can do your heist a little bit later, Brandon. That seems exciting. I'd like to do your heist later, then. Okay, whatever then. Then just tell me in the party later what you wanted to ask me, BM Feuds. No, I'm not a modder.
We sell it?
Wait, no, I didn't get an invite to the business. My second favorite game? Probably Skyrim. Okay. Have you seen someone who is accusing you of modding this year? Not really. It almost never happens. Like, the first, you know, in 2017, 2018, I used to get accused of modding all the time. Like, people would just accuse me of modding. In 2019, it largely stopped. 2020, 2021, and 2022. Yeah, so I haven't really been accused of modding in a very long time. Summer school sucks. Minding giving Civil War facts. So what would you like to know about the Civil War? Thank you, Apple, for the super chat. I do like to read history a lot. Okay, let's get over there. Thank you, scientists, for sponsoring the channel. I'm from Algeria. Thank you, Amen. Amen, have you by any chance checked out my SOCOM playthrough? By any chance? Because a lot of my Albanian fans, they really like the Albania chapter in SOCOM 2, when you're fighting the Albanian Mafia, but the third chapter of SOCOM 2 actually takes place in Algeria. So if you're interested, I'll get up to that chapter soon in the game. But yeah, the locations in SOCOM 2 are Albania, Brazil, Algeria, and then it's Russia, the last one. Is there a teacher you still remember today? Oh yeah, a lot of teachers I remember. No, I don't think I got anything, Feuds. Okay. Let's get over to this location here. Bro, what is your opinion on this generation? Thank you, GT, Z7. Well, Algeria also comes back in SOCOM 3, by the way. But it's in SOCOM 2, but SOCOM 3 also. I think that... one thing that bothers me a lot about this generation is that people don't care about history as much. That's one thing that really does bother me. People just aren't interested in history as much. They don't value history as much. They don't care for it. They don't think that it's important. And it's just, I think that the worshipping of celebrities, I think, has gotten out of control. How, like, kids these days are just so obsessed with celebrities. I never understood it, like, why some people are so obsessed with some celebrities who have really not done anything good and are just really entitled people. You check your stats to see. Check your stats to see how long you play. What? Okay, I'm gonna hit these in like a diagonal kind of pattern. What about celebrities who donate to charities? Well, there are definitely some good celebrities. Like, not every celebrity is a scumbag, but there's just so many celebrities that are just really, you know, really entitled people. Do you know Romanian history? A little bit. Can I learn more history from the Union? About the Union in the Civil War, professional? Well, what do you want to know, though, specifically, Apple? Thank you, Josh King, for sponsoring my channel. Thank you, man. Vlad the Impaler. Vlad the Impaler, I would say, is probably one of the most controversial figures in history. I saw my message on your stream on the... Okay, well, I guess I just didn't notice it then, Feuds. I'm just reading the chat, and I'm just trying to focus on the game and also looking for your messages. But, what is it? Yeah, okay, hang on. Vlad the Impaler. About Vlad the Impaler. He's a very controversial figure because you can argue, people can make an argument that he's a good guy and an evil guy at the same time. That's why Vlad the Impaler is a very controversial figure. Because Vlad the Impaler did some very cruel things. Some very horrible, brutal things. That's why he was called the Impaler, because he impaled people. But at the same time, even though he did very cruel things, he saved his people from the Ottomans. The Ottomans were invading his people. And if the Ottomans had taken over Transylvania or Romania, what became later Romania, the Ottomans would have killed much more people than Vlad did. So while Vlad wasn't a good guy himself, he did ultimately save his country and his kingdom from the Ottomans. The Ottomans eventually did kill him in battle later on, but they were never able to fully conquer Transylvania. He was like one of their greatest enemies. And so that's why Vlad the Impaler is a very controversial figure. Can I have some fun facts about the Union? Well, we don't really use the cruise anymore, Feuds. But, what I will tell you, though, about the Civil War is this is one thing that you should, this is one fact that I can think of at the top of my head right now. Also, at the beginning of the war, the the Union actually did not have that good generals at the beginning of the war. So even though the Union had the better technology, the factories, they didn't have that good generals, and they did some pretty stupid tactics. There was actually one battle, I'm trying to remember what it was called, where the Confederacy nearly took Washington, D.C., and the Union leaders actually picnicked outside of the battle, thinking that the battle was going to go in their favor, and it went really bad. The Confederacy utilized trains. They utilized, well, both sides utilized trains, but the Confederacy were the ones who first started utilizing trains to transport troops, which was a very smart thing to do at that time. Because troops back then would have to march or be on horses, which would take up a lot of resources and time. Oh, well. Yeah, gotta watch out for those things. But, what I will, if the Ottomans had conquered Transylvania, they would have killed more people than Vlad the Impaler did, because the Ottomans weren't just going on a conquest. They were going on a religious conquest. That's the thing about the Ottomans, is the Ottomans were going to forcibly convert. They were going to forcibly convert the majority of people in Transylvania, and anybody that they couldn't convert, they were probably going to kill. So it was So I would say that Vlad the Impaler, he ultimately did save his kingdom, but you know, he was a brutal guy himself. But what was it? Here's a fact about the Does watching videos help for more history knowledge? Depends on the video. But I'll tell you though, one thing about the American Civil War that you should really know. This is, a lot of people actually do not know this, but the American Civil War was the most devastating conflict in American history. It was the worst war and the worst time period in American history was the American Civil War. A lot of people think the Great Depression was the worst time period in American history. No, I would say it was the American Civil War. More Americans actually died in the American Civil War than the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812, and World War I, World War II, and I think Vietnam combined. That's how many Americans. I'm talking about American deaths. So specifically American deaths, more Americans died in the American Civil War than they died fighting in World War I, World War II, and the Revolutionary War, the War of 1812. That's how many, the casualties were just so high in the American Civil War. And just send me an invite to your business, your next business location, please, when you get the chance. Okay, have you heard of the Manson family? Oh yeah, that guy was a complete psycho. But, and Apple, you might find this also, helpful since you're studying the Civil War right now. There's one thing that I hear a lot of times people say about the Civil War, which is false. I've heard a lot of people say this, and, there's a lot of people that say that the American Civil War was not, that the Confederacy seceded not over slaves, but over states' rights. That is actually not true. It was all about slavery. States' rights was very limited in it. The main reason the Confederacy seceded was because they wanted to keep slaves. But there's a lot of people that they push this, you know, false narrative that the Confederacy, that it wasn't about slavery, but it was about states' rights. That's not true. The Confederacy was formed primarily to keep slaves. That was like the whole goal of the Confederacy. And the leaders of the Confederacy, the leaders of them, were very in favor of slavery. The Confederate Constitution even mentions slavery, and the what was it? A lot of people that come up with that theory, they push that they say that the Confederacy didn't secede over slaves. They oftentimes cite Robert E. Lee, and they say Robert E. Lee, one of the the most famous Confederate generals, was against slavery. While that is true that Robert E. Lee was against slavery, the reason that Robert E. Lee actually joined the Confederacy was not because of it had nothing. It wasn't because of slavery specifically, but it was because he was more loyal to his state of Virginia than he was to the Union. That was pretty much it. So while he was opposed to slavery himself, he was more loyal to Virginia, and that was what it was about. But the Confederacy was very much in favor of slavery, and I hear a lot of people oftentimes say that they say that it was about states' rights, which isn't true. But here's what I'll tell you. Another thing, the Confederate States, they liked federal power when it came to enforcing their will, because the Confederate States actually enforced the Fugitive Slave Acts. So they actually got the federal government to pass the Fugitive Slave Acts, which the Fugitive Slave Acts basically were that if you actually helped an escaped slave, to a freed state, you would actually be punished. You'd be in jail time, or you'd have to pay massive fines. So that was a piece of legislation that they got through on the federal level. There's nothing about being misinformed, Mr. Wall Street. That's just simply the truth. It was, that is the reason the Confederacy seceded, because they wanted to keep slaves. Okay, let's get over to this area here. Would you consider making a second channel based on history topics you like? No, probably not, because I wouldn't have as much time for it, because I put a lot of time and effort into just this channel alone. I don't think I'd be able to handle 2 channels. My 4th of July was good. That's a cool hat, thank you. Oh, and I forgot to mention one other thing. I don't remember the name of the law. The name of the law. I'd have to look it up. But the Confederacy during the Civil War passed a law which basically said that if you own 15 or more slaves, you are actually exempt from the draft. So you are not subject to the draft. So it was the slave plantation owners were not, that had 15 or more slaves, were actually not subject to the Confederate Army's draft. So that's about, people who think that the Confederacy was not for slavery. Well, there you go there. Why are they exempting plantation owners from the draft? Okay. And just invite me to the next business whenever you get the chance here. Can I do a car collection video? Maybe one day, but honestly, Lay, if I'm reading your name correctly, my car collection is actually not that impressive. Like, I own a lot of vehicles, but I'm not that big on customizing them personally. I used to work at retail. A hurtful customer rudely once told me it's okay to belittle retail workers and they are replaced by robots and AI someday. He called me a peasant. Do you know what, you don't have to take crap like that from people. Do you know what I would have said to that person, honestly, if I was in your position? I would have, I wouldn't have cared if I had gotten yelled at by my manager. What I would have said to that person in that position is I would have said, and how desperate were you during COVID? That's what I would have said to him. Because what happened is retail workers were taken for granted, but they were the only few retail workers that were there that they had to work during COVID. So the people who are insulting retail workers, they don't realize how hard retail workers had it during COVID. Everyone else, was subject. They didn't have to go into work, but retail workers had to go into work. People that worked in these stores, they had to go into work because it was stores that had to function. So that's what you would have. That's what I would have said to that person, because society realized they took retail workers for granted, and they realized just how important these workers were during COVID. I wasn't trying to insult anyone during COVID, by the way, but the point that I'm making is that a lot of people think that, like, people that work in retail are, like, delinquents, that they're, like, dropouts. That's what a lot of people think. But these people are necessary. They're very essential workers. Imagine, for example, if tomorrow, just imagine tomorrow, if every single retail worker, every single grocery store worker, imagine if every single worker just walked off the shift just tomorrow, just all at once. Do you have any idea how much chaos that would cause in this country? There would be nobody to run supermarkets, nobody to stock the shelves, nobody to get product on the shelves. It would be absolute chaos if that happened. So these people that call, like, retail workers peasants, just remember what happened during COVID. Retail workers had to come in during COVID, and that person probably got to stay home. They didn't have to go into their jobs and expose themselves, but retail workers had no choice, and they had to go into work. And so that's, I just cannot stand entitled people like that. So that's, okay. I think they fixed the insurance glitch. Did you guys ever see what happened in Paris? In Paris when garbage workers refused to work? It was a few months ago. There was garbage that was just piling up on the streets. Like, it was like mountains of garbage. And so that's what I say is that people take these workers for granted. They look down on people that are like garbage workers. They look down on people that are like factory workers. They look down on farmers. They look down on retail workers. Look down on people that work in the food industry. But without these people, you would not have a functioning country. That's it. So it was, so I would not take that crap from people, honestly. Like, I would have opened my mouth. I would have just said, what I think of that to that person. Oh, have you ever had an interaction with Karens? Oh, yeah, several times. Yes, I will play Max Payne 1 next after SOCOM 2. Hey Hamburglar, hey Pro, I'm having an issue with AFKing on my nightclub at night. There is nothing I can do about my Xbox controller turning off. Do you know anything that can help? It might be in the settings. In the settings there might be a button that specifically prevents it from turning off. Check your settings. I'm not sure though, Hamburglar, because I don't own an Xbox. Well, I have an Xbox Series. I have an Xbox Series. What is it? No, One or Xbox One. That's the one I have. But I don't have the Xbox Series X. But if your controller is still shutting off, why don't you just put your controller down on the floor so that your character just keeps moving around in circles? That way your controller can't turn off if the controller is functioning the entire time. Patrick, is it possible for me to join whatever party chat you have? I use PC, but I see you're using PS5, or is it PS4? Is it Polish Mercenary? Yes, that is. That's my PSN, JD. Yeah, and if I have a party chat open, feel free to join me. It's fine. Let's see here. Oh, but Caddy was the one who asked me that question here. Let's see, did Caddy respond? I quit my retail job last year and work at a vet now. Management treats me with respect and animals are more humane than 99% of people at retail. Also, it's sad when what happened to those employees in Colorado. Yeah, that was unfortunate. The And I think the guy was pretty much sick of just the shoplifter. That's why he followed them outside and recorded them. But in that second story that I told you guys about, that second story, the guy had a knife and was like running right towards him, and so the guy just punched him, and he got fired over that. That's so stupid. For people that don't know what I'm talking about, I uploaded a video last night, a crazy current events story. There's this guy who followed a bunch of organized shoplifters to the parking lot, and he filmed them, and he filmed their license plate, and he got fired over that. And there was a second story that I talked about where there was a guy with a box cutter knife, and he was trying to steal some cell phones. The guy was a meth addict, and what happened is when one of the employees said he's got a knife, the guy rushed towards another one of her coworkers with the box cutter knife, and her coworkers knocked the guy to the ground, like he hit him in the face and knocked him down, and he got fired over that. So that was okay, here we go. What, Mr. Weifu? Who murdered the... Have you heard of the piece of crap who murdered his 3 sons executional style in Ohio? No, I didn't hear about that, Mr. Weifu. Well, what happened? Okay, okay. Why don't companies care about people? They care primarily just about profits. Have you ever dealt with somebody trying to get up in your face for no reason? Yes, it's a long story. But I was gonna answer one of the other questions here first. It's okay, Mr. Weifu, it's fine. And just invite me to the next business when you get the chance. What I will say, though, guys, is a lot of retail and fast food workers also go to college and university. They work part-time while studying to get their degree. The workers are usually smarter than the customers. Thank you, Mark, for the super chat. Look, I just remembered something. I'll tell you guys a story, a really messed up story that happened in retail once. I wasn't there when this thing happened, by the way, but I heard it from my coworker. And what happened is the retail store that I worked at, right? There was a pharmacy counter, pharmacy center in the store. Now, most of the people in the pharmacy were not nice people. A lot of them were just, I kind of scumbags. I didn't get along with them. However, though, the few people that actually did get along with pharmacy were the cashiers. The cashiers weren't entitled like the pharmacist. Like the pharmacist was a bit of a scumbag, but the pharmacy cashiers, they're just basically cashiers. They know a little bit about medicine, but that's just about it. Like they have to know the names of the prescriptions and stuff like that, but they're not a doctor. They don't know much more than that. And what happened is there was this customer who went to the pharmacy to basically pick up their prescription. And what happened is this customer, his insurance denied the prescription. And instead of calling up his insurance and asking why they didn't take it, he starts blaming the cashier like it's somehow her fault, like she's somehow trying to sabotage him. The guy was an idiot. And what ends up happening is the guy just keeps, running his mouth, and eventually he just, he tells the cashier, he tells her that she's never going to be anything in life, and then he tells her that he makes more money in a month than she does in a year. That's what the guy did, and then he walked away. And she ended up crying after that, and I felt really bad. But, what I'll tell you about this is if I was there, you know what I would have said to the guy? I would have said to the guy, if you're so rich and you make so much money, then why don't you just pay for the prescription out of pocket then? That's what I would have said to the guy. But that's just, honestly, like, I cannot stand people like that, entitled people who just try to show off their money and try to talk down to people and try to act like people are somehow stupid or below them. It's okay, Devin. No, I don't think I completed 200 security contracts. I hit the gym on Friday. I'm gonna go to the gym again tomorrow. No, I'm not rich. What I'll tell you, though, do you know what else there is of belittling? I'll tell you this. One thing that I've seen of really, one thing that I've seen is that people in cities oftentimes do this to people in the countryside, too. Like, I grew up in New York, in New York City, so I can tell you this, that a lot of people in New York, obviously not everyone, but a lot of people I've personally come in contact with, a lot of people in New York actually look down on a lot of people in the countryside. And they basically think that a lot of people in the countryside, they think they're uneducated, they think they're stupid, they think that nobody would want to live in the countryside, everybody would want to live in an amazing place like New York. And they think that New York is basically the center of the world, and that everywhere else is basically stupid. And so I moved to the Midwest like 3 years ago, right? And what happens is, when people ask me, where did I move to? I tell them that I moved to the Midwest and tell them the place I moved to, and they tell me, like, why? Why did you go out there? Like, they think that they assume that I moved down to Florida when I tell them that I moved somewhere, because that's where most New Yorkers go to, is they go to Florida. But I had some rude people, say to me, like, don't people all just live in trailer parks out there? And, like, aren't people all drunk? It's like, no, there's trailer parks, but not everyone lives in a trailer park, and there's trailer parks in New York, too. So there's, so no. But, basically, like, the town that they think that it's, like, some broken down place where everyone's drunk and just, or everyone's, like, a meth addict, and that's just stupid. I'll tell you this, the town that I live in is a very nice town. It's a very nice town. the roads are paved. It doesn't have potholes like in New York, and the houses here are beautiful houses. The neighborhoods are beautiful. Like the houses, like I could buy a house in the town that I live in the Midwest. I could buy a house that is twice the size of a house in New York for half the price. Maybe even less than that. And that is literally how ridiculous the property prices have gotten in New York. But like a lot of these people, they don't believe that. They don't believe that until they'll come out here and they'll see it for themselves. But that's yeah, I've personally encountered that. That's why when I made my video on like Bismarck, you know, North Dakota, I made that video like you know, last year where I showed like the real location, like comparing like Bismarck to like Ludendorff, because Ludendorff in GTA is based on Bismarck, North Dakota. That's what North Yankton is based on. And so I don't live in Bismarck, but I showed like a video of what Bismarck looks like, and I showed like the neighborhood in the town, and I wanted to show like the suburbs too, because I wanted to show the houses, because for some reason people think that it's just absolute poverty and that everyone's just living in trailer parks, which is just, it's just not true. That's why I say some people in the big cities need to get out more and experience the rest of America, that they close themselves off in these cities. And sometimes some of these people have like never stepped on a farm in their lives, and yet they act like they're experts on everything. I will tell you this, though. I know that it also goes both ways. I know there's people that live in the countryside that they think that people in the cities are all stupid. I know that happens also. But I've seen that the problem largely comes from people in the city that are looking down on people in the countryside. And what is it? There's one thing that I'll tell you guys, something that's absolute false. In my country, what I'll tell you is I've heard a lot of people say a lot of times, like I'll hear New Yorkers say this a lot of times. They say, oh, you know, New York City supports the countryside and rural communities. And if it wasn't for New York's like tax dollars, that these rural communities would not be able to support themselves. I hear that a lot of times. While that is true to an extent, that city tax money does help like rural communities, it actually does work both ways. So there are actually things, what these people in these big city elites, what they don't realize is that there are things that the countryside does for big cities like New York. And if the countryside didn't do that those cities like New York would not be able to function either. Now think about it this way. Who produces most of the food that you find in supermarkets in the cities? There's no farms in cities. So who produces most of the food that you find in supermarkets? Rural communities, farmers. Who are the people who deliver the food to the supermarkets a lot of times? Truckers, who typically live in rural communities. Who produces the gasoline for cities? Typically rural communities. And so imagine that. Imagine if farms just stopped producing food. Imagine if the rural communities stopped pumping gas and stopped sending it to the city. Cities wouldn't starve, but what would happen is the price of the food would skyrocket in supermarkets. Gasoline would skyrocket. That would happen too. So when I hear that, like, people say that, like, oh, the countryside depends on cities and stuff like that, it works both ways. While tax dollars do help from the city to the rural communities help cities in other ways. When it comes to food, when it comes to deliveries, when it comes to gasoline. And so cities would not be able to function without that. So it works both ways. The cities can function without the rural communities, and rural communities cannot function without cities. However, though, people seem to think that it's only that cities will be perfectly fine without rural communities. But I'm telling you, no, it'll be a disaster. Okay, let's get over here. Okay, 1.50 miles. Really hope there's no car here. Oh no! Okay, 1 mile left. Let's get this to the drop-off here. Oh. Sorry, Rodriguez. Best way to make money solo? Have the, nightclub producing. That's probably gonna be your best solo-friendly business. Buy one batch of full supplies for the bunker and sell it. You can still make a big profit, and one batch is always one vehicle. Import-export. Cayo Perico. Thank you, Doug, for sponsoring my channel. I also worked in retail for 6 years, yeah. So you know what I'm talking about, Stephen, that some customers are very entitled. Oh, Acid Lab too. How could I forget the Acid Lab? You're right, guys.
Okay.
That came out with the Drug Wars DLC, the Acid Lab. Oh, I never got around to that, Jawad. I could still ask him to do that.
It's
I think I'm good. Well, we're in a closed-off party chat, Yara, but we group vote on it. Oh, hello, Zach. I haven't seen you in some time. How are you, man? Probably maybe in October we could do it again, Diego. Thank you, Kenijiro, if I'm reading your name correctly. No, the petition didn't fail. It's still growing. It's still gaining signatures. What's your question, Javier? SOCOM 3 or 4 SOCOM 3? No, I don't use Twitch. Oh, Pierston. Ah, damn, I didn't want to do that, Pierston, but you were just in the way. I'm sorry. I've been good, Zach. I do remember a lot of people. I remember how we played Battlefield 1 back in the day, too. Well, I just don't stop when I'm driving, because I just want to hit the drops as fast as I can. Okay, Brandon. I do have that game, Caddy. I just haven't gotten around to playing it, but I will. How much do you get for document forgery? 190,000, I think it's what it sells for now. Well, just Zach, I think the next Battlefield game is coming out this year. Is that true, guys? Is the new Battlefield game coming out this year or is it next year? Does anybody know by any chance in the chat? $2025? Huh. 2042, I think, came out in 2021, right? So it's, next year. Okay, it's next year then. Yeah, Battlefield 2042 sucked. It wasn't good. Do you know what they should do you know what the next Battlefield game they should do? Just do Battlefield Bad Company 3. That should be the next Battlefield game. Bad Company 3. Do that. That'll make the fans happy, I'm telling you. Not the Battlefield Bad Company 3 should be the next one. And they should finish the storyline, finally finish the story. Because Bad Company 2, they never finished the story in it. Pro, do a walkthrough of the game True Crime Streets of LA. I could do that one day, LT. And I do New York too. I gotta do that one too. Pro, do you talk about religions? Sometimes I'll talk about it privately with friends, but I tend to stay away from it on streams, really, because it's a very divisive subject. My religious views is I'm just agnostic. Yeah. Wait here. Yeah, I know that. Sleeping Dogs was supposed to be True Crime Hong Kong before it got canceled and it got bought by another developer. Pro, I love the Sniper Elite videos. Well, you'll be happy to know that Sniper Elite 5 is, Sniper Elite 5 is the final DLC mission. That was, I'm gonna have it up probably tomorrow or Tuesday. No, I don't get bored of the cell missions because I help my friends out a lot of times. Well, about Hell Let Loose, Bunny, thank you for the super chat. Hell Let Loose had a really horrible trailer, recently. I haven't played the game in like 2 or 3 months. I want to play it again, but I heard it had a really bad trailer. Well, I actually saw the trailer. It was not good. Yeah. Are you still, Okay, he disbanded it. Okay, can somebody just help me just with just one resupply mission? That's it for my hangar. And I'll go right back to helping people. Postscriptum is dead? Oh, is it? They should release it for console too. Well, I kind of have an in real life video coming up. There's a scammer that I've been pissing off for over a month. There's this one scammer I've been annoying the hell out of them and trolling them so badly for a month. And that video will be up probably sometime next week. You'll see it. It's kind of funny. I called the scammer the other day and I was just talking nonsense to them, and they kept hanging up on me and I kept calling them back. Oh yes, Mr. Waifu. I could just take the Phantom Wedge on this one, yeah. Thank you, Zach. Monster Drama, don't blow up the truck. I'll just Phantom Wedge it. And I'll just drive it back there really quickly, because see, not everyone's around this area yet. So I could just... yeah. Okay, where's my Phantom Wedge? Oh, come on, it spawned all the way there. Thank you, Sam, for the super chat. Well, you'll see when the video, I have a really funny video coming out where I'm just pissing off a scammer. You guys will see it, in like a week. But the video's gonna be really funny. Or if you see how badly I trolled him, you know, yeah. They got really pissed off. I'm an okay pilot, Okay, four crates in this thing here. Okay, let's get over here. Patrick, how do I join your group chat? Seriously? Well, on play, if you mean my, you know, default like group chat where I hang out with my friends and stuff, you would have to we would have to take a vote on that, JD. What is your PSN, by the way? Because we take a vote. That's like the group policy when we add new people to the group. Finally on a better road here. Yeah, maybe it would have been better if I blew up the truck, but whatever. I'm already in it and driving full speed. I'll just drive it there. Okay, 3 miles here. Okay, 2 miles. Any thoughts on GTA 6 and when it will be released? Well, GTA 6, GTA 6 will probably not be released until next year. I can't imagine it being released this year. I'm sorry if I say too much. I've been trying to control it in recent years. It's just a nasty habit of mine to say it too much.
Let them through. They've got access to their hangar on base.
There we go. All 4 crates. That's your PlayStation name, JD?
Correct.
And you play on PlayStation, JD? You're mostly an Xbox player though, right? Patrick, when the scammer blocked your number, well, the thing is, the scammer was still trying to get money out of me, because what happened was I was pretending to be my grandpa, and I was doing an old person's voice, and I kept talking to the scammer with that, and they kept hanging up on me and texting me, and so they were just still hoping that they'd get money out of me, but they didn't. Oh, you don't own a PlayStation? Okay. I'm doing good, Don. How are you? Okay, I only needed help with that one mission. Thank you, guys. Who else needs help selling? Oh no.
Your fake cash is in genuine trouble. It's about to get used in an arms deal. Get over there and get it back before the sale goes through.
Great. The worst Karen I've ever encountered? I had this woman who was trying to pull, like, I think a gift card scam, where basically what happened was, she accused me of trying to steal $500 from her because she bought a $500 gift card, and I scanned the gift card, and what happened is, when she came back, she said she tried to redeem the gift card and it didn't work, and she accused me of stealing her $500, and she wanted me to give her $500 back. And what happened is, I looked at her card. She didn't scratch off the code. She didn't scratch that code. She didn't scratch the code off. She instead was pointing to the UPC code. The UPC code is what you scan. It's not the code that you put in. And I kept trying to explain to her. I said to her, "You're supposed to scratch this off." And she said, "No, no, 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 no." And she said, she told me that I better get ready for jail because that's where I'm gonna go, and stuff. And so I kept trying to reason with her. And then my manager came over and took over, and I don't remember how it ended with that. But what happened is, like a week later, she did the same thing to a coworker of mine. She bought another gift card and told the coworker that he stole money from her. Okay. Return counterfeit cash to the business. The Just Stop Oil people are really stupid. That's what I'll say about them. The thing is, this is not how you go about protesting. You can't block roads, you can't graffiti, you can't interrupt sporting tournaments, you can't throw paint at people. That's not protesting, that's breaking the law. And just sell whenever you're ready. No, Fernando, he can chat through the PlayStation app. That's,
We set.
enter a helicopter. Okay, I guess I'll just... spawn that. Use that to get there really quick, or actually the helicopter could just get in that. Okay, here we go. No, I've never played the Half-Life games. Well, my garage tour would not be really that impressive, Liam, but we're going to be doing a heist in a little bit, and we're going to try to get all the gold on that one. You can't get the gold on aggressive. Well, that's what we have it on. I'm gonna be doing Brandon's heist in a little bit here. Yeah, the rappel feature is underused. I think we can get all the gold. Yeah, I used to be invited to a lot of Cayo Perico heists, but ever since they did those stupid nerfs, I'm seeing people doing the casino heist more now. Oh, I know that game, the Five Nights at Freddy's. I've never played it, but I know it's that horror game where you gotta avoid the robots. Wait, didn't I just drop it there? Wait, did I drop the cargo there? I should have dropped it, right? Oh, wait, no, now it is. Now it's dropped, okay. I was really hoping I didn't get glitched out there. Oldest game you played? Mega Man Legends, probably. Siphon Filter 1 is also there. drop here. What's that, Kadu? What's your question? Oh, the Cayo Perico heist, the enemies are just way more aggressive in that, and they see dead bodies, and they alert the alarm, and it gets really annoying. There we go. Nice. No, you don't, no, you don't, JD. Well, you mean the PS Plus? No, no, you don't. I think you can join parties regardless of whether you have PS Plus or not. Yeah, you don't need PS Plus for joining voice chats. That's what I thought. I rode the helicopter through the tunnel, though. I do it a lot of times. I'm much better with helicopters than I am with planes, though. Ow. I don't have any friends willing to do the casino heist. Are you on PlayStation? Oh. Oh, no. I'm sorry, Shimon. I wasn't trying to do that. I'm sorry. Well, at least garbage trucks aren't as bad as post-op, though. I was watching your GTA 4 playthrough. Loved it. Thank you, Nicholas. Wait, what? A booty? What? I'm confused. Oh, whoa, whoa. Hardest game you ever beat? Killzone to an elite difficulty. How the hell do you complete Landak Dam contract mission? It always takes me 20 plus minutes. Which mission is this, Lay? Which mission are you talking about? Is that the mission where you have to dive underwater? Is that the mission you're talking about? I did a solo guide on the missions. Yeah, I would play the Killzone games again. I'd be up for that. Whoa. My gamer tag, Mr. Spritey's my gamer tag. I don't have a mic. Plus, I love your GTA San Andreas Classic playthrough. They were amazing. You're very rare to find someone who plays for their own self, not just for people. Thank you, man. The rescue operation contract? Wait, which mission are you talking about specifically? What is the name of the mission? Oh, near Mirror Park? Oh, for the agency. And what do you have to do? You have to rescue a contact near the Landak Reservoir? Well, the thing is, Colonel Radic is the most annoying enemy ever on Elite difficulty. When you fight Colonel Radic as a boss in Killzone 2, he's really annoying. How I played Killzone Mercenaries one time, my friend on the PS Vita had it and let me play it a little bit. Extract the hostage, rescue the the rescue operation in the Land Act Reservoir, but what's bad about that mission, Lay? I don't remember that specific mission variant. I know there's the rescue one where you save the contact, but I don't remember one about being the Land Act Reservoir. What's preventing you from completing the mission specifically? Why did the PS Vita fail? I guess people weren't as interested in mobile games anymore. I have the Platinum Trophy on PS3 and PS4, but not on PS5. For GTA 5. Do you know the movie Sisu? It's about Finland in World War II. Yes, I know that movie. It's the last days of World War II in Europe, and it's, yeah, there's that one farmer that, like, fights the Nazis. I know about the movie. I haven't gotten the chance to watch it, but I know it. Yeah, you can join me. You don't have to ask me to join me. Okay, Brandon, let's do your heist, let's go do your heist after this. Why do I hear flies? Whoa. No. Sell me snacks. What the hell's going on out here? This is a PS5. Okay, Chas, I'm gonna help Brandon with his heist now, okay? And Brandon, when we do your heist, invite only one other person, so it's just 3 people, because with 3 people, I think we can get all the gold. Find that for the aggressive heist. There are no griefers in this lobby. Yeah, because it's all friends in here. This is a friend session. You should have seen how chaotic the lobbies were back in the day. I'd have griefers constantly trying to join.
Punch out, so
there is a cool antique furniture store that's also a hair salon on Morningwood Boulevard.
Oh, did I just shoplift? I wasn't trying to. I was trying to buy all of them. I think I just shoplifted.
Hang in there. I'm sending you prayers. Later.
Yeah, okay. Brandon, just send me an invite to your heist when you're ready. I'll send you a message later, JD. You wouldn't be able to add me because my friends list is private, but I can try to add you later. Does the Raiju still take no damage from non-explosive bullets? What? I haven't heard about that. The Raiju's engine gets damaged pretty easily. What are you talking about? Hey GB, how are you, man? Oh, I guess we're doing it with 4 people then. Up to you, Brandon, then. It's your heist. Okay, let's do it then. It takes no damage from non-explosive bullets? What? I didn't know about that. Brandon, I'm just repeating for your mic. Okay. Let's do it then. Give me the lowest cut. Hey Pro, I just completed the ULP-IA missions, and all I have to say is the biggest waste of time. The pay is horrible and boring. I don't know what Rockstar's thinking. Thoughts on these missions? Yeah, they did the same thing last year, and they did it again this year. It's, I do staff for exit. Do staff. Or actually, you know what you could do? You could also do the roof, because with the roof, you could just parachute off, and we could just, yeah, a lot of times people don't do that. Yeah, we could do that too. Haven't done that in a long time. Make it more interesting. Okay, ready whenever you are. Rockstar isn't putting that much effort into GT Online anymore, but unfortunately they abandoned Reddit Online. Do you like KFC? I haven't had KFC in years. I don't mind it. Do I speak Vietnamese? No, I don't. You've asked me that though before. Kenijiro. Okay, I'm ready. You still play DMZ? I do, but I haven't played it in some time. Would you consider reading the thing on screen that showed the chat and your PSN? Your old streams had it. Oh, that adding the chat to the I don't know, maybe one day, Mark. But here's the thing, when somebody says something really stupid in the comments, it then pops up on the stream, so on the video itself. And so I'm trying to avoid that too. Because if somebody says something really stupid in the chat, that we can just delete from here, but it'll still appear on the video if it's if the chat is on the video. Oh, that's a curse word. It basically means like F in Polish, a Glover. I went a little too far down, sorry, my bad. That 25% of the loot is extracted from the vault if you do the aggressive approach, mainly because you're going in armored and gunning. What do you mean? 25% is extracted what?
Only a few inches thick at that point. Plant the explosive and let her rip. And that is what we in the business call a goddamn entrance.
Oh, whoa, the enemies have... I don't think you did Duggan's shipments then, Brandon. Well, at least we got some good guns here. Okay, go, Pierston, do it. Do it. Okay, get in the vault quick, guys.
Now everyone get through the man trap. Down the corridor.
25% of the loot is removed from the vault if you choose the aggressive approach. I didn't know about that. I see 25% less if you do aggressive.
We're almost there. Come on, let's go. Looks like the guard at the vault room isn't there. Happy days.
I don't really curse. It's not just about monetization on YouTube, but because I just didn't see it as professional personally. Just
Make sure you plant them on both sides of the door. Let's only do this once. Okay, now it's a big door, so don't be stingy with the explosives. And get clear before you push the button. Everyone clear? Go! Let's go! Open up your phone and fire in the goddamn hole!
I don't see detonate bomb. Oh, I'm leave the blast radius. I'm stupid. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's what we like to see. And hey, presto! You have struck gold, my friends, on the carts. I'll keep you updated on the gas, or more precisely, the excruciating and irreversible nerve agent. There's only so long our hacking team can delay it.
Brandon, the second that you're done with that, go into that room on your left, because it's the thermal charge is going there.
Set of lockboxes in here. Drill them if you've got the time, but I can't promise you there'll be anything good inside.
Okay, I'm drilling boxes then.
The hacking team can hold off the gas a little while longer. There's still some rich pickings in there. Seconds. 30 seconds.
Okay, guys, get ready to leave in a little bit here.
20 seconds left. Don't dawdle.
I'm getting what's left in here.
Gas incoming. 10 seconds. That's it. Get the hell out of there or you're dead.
This is the casino heist.
Take your keycard swipes on the way out too.
And they're blown in through the sewer if it's in the casino heist. It is, and you only need to do the sewer approach one time, like, and you'll have it. You know, you don't ever have to do that setup mission again.
Reinforce the security room, and that's your only way out.
You have a nice cosplay outfit. Thank you.
Don't relax once you've made it to the top of the shaft. We're not out of the woods yet.
Take the elevator since it's aggressive. Take the elevator to get up.
Those bags look heavy. We are going to have some very satisfied customers. You want a fat lip, asshole?
I remember this is my aggressive casino guide back in the day.
See, leave all valuables behind and do not.
Oh, okay, we will go through the roof. Okay.
Never mind. We've got some heavy chatter on the police frequencies. Sounds like they're sending news. I feel so alive. I even think my next
Damn, this door's blocked. Okay, hold on.
You looking for some? Right here.
To the elevator here, guys, quick.
Just get there.
Yeah, you guys probably never see this approach, people going through the roof, but we've done it a few times, and I think aggressive is the only heist where it's really worth going through the roof. Okay. Okay, I'm at the place here. Now, guys, don't jump off the roof right away. Clear the ground a little bit from the roof, and then we'll jump.
Getaway cars, go! The driver has them in position. That's this one!
This is why I think roof is best approach on aggressive. Okay, there's one more guy down there. Does anyone see him? I think I see his shoes. Under that, like, little, like, white, tent thing. Damn, why don't this guy die? Oh my god, this guy's still alive. Ridiculous. My god, this is... Okay, he's finally dead. Okay, I'll go first. When you jump, jump and deploy the parachute immediately. Oh no, Pierston. Oh no, Pierston, what happened?
I tried parachute. I just pressed X. It is open the parachute quickly.
Wait, did you wait for me to jump first? What?
Yeah, I don't know why. Is it like glitch or something?
No, let me jump first, one at a time on this, and I'll...
Sorry about that. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
That's unfortunate.
Getaway cars, go! The driver has them in position.
That one guy right there, he's gonna be a problem. Damn, die. Okay, I'm gonna jump first. Let me jump first, one at a time here. Deploy the parachute immediately when you jump down. Okay. Oh no. Yeah. Okay. Try this again here. And guys, you have to deploy the parachute immediately when you jump, like I did. Like, let me jump first, parachute down, and then just deploy right after me. I've done the parachute approach several times in aggressive heist before. It's the reason I think aggressive is better for parachute is because when you're aggressive, the second you get out of the place, the enemies are going to shoot at you. And so you're at least on the roof, and you have, like, the height advantage, and you can pick a lot of them off from the roof. That's why I've liked the parachute off during the, aggressive heist. Okay, I'm gonna jump first. Okay, one at a time. Come on, guys, go. I don't know where I'm getting shot from right now. Okay. We should all just probably get in the same car together then. Hold on one second, I have an idea. Hold on. I did it on purpose so we could jump the ramp. no. Ah, damn. Brandon, do you have bulletproof tires on this thing?
Okay, the decoys a go. They're splitting up to cover it. Now's your chance. You have a clean car all lined up. Just don't let them see you switch.
Brandon, can you mark the switch car on my map, please?
Wow, we really kicked the hornet's nest. It's amazing how fast the police response time is when the guy calling 911 is a billionaire. Or should I say, ex-billionaire after his next insurance premium comes through. Economic justice is a beautiful thing.
I mean, the helicopter makes it too easy. I like to really diversify the ways we escape.
Learn from the decoy. We don't have long before they have to tap out. Make the most of it.
And we can get in the switch vehicle right now. Just can't let the cops see us when we're doing it. For people that don't know, the switch vehicle, you will lose the wanted level as long as they don't see you get into it. Come on. This car is terrible for handling hills. The Juggler is much better for hills. Oh, hang on, hang on. This car is not an off-road vehicle. In the switch car, quick, before the cops come.
Getaway cars, go! The driver has them in position.
Quick, 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 everyone get in, they're coming, they're coming.
So avoid the cops and don't do anything stupid.
Okay. Now we should just be able to just sit here, and we'll lose the one level. A lot of people don't use the switch cars, but they, no, don't point your guns. Do not point your guns. That's gonna get them on us. Don't do anything, just... Should be able to drive right past them now. Oh, what the... Damn it. Okay. Gonna have to lose the cops the good old-fashioned way here now. Damn. Hold tight, everyone. Ah, what I get for trying to avoid the helicopter.
Lose the cops. If we take them to the buyer, this is all for nothing.
Okay, ooh. Thank you, Arthur, for subscribing to my channel. There we go.
You lost them. And listening to their channels, they are
Ooh.
best. I'm not one to be premature. I'm not whatever they told you, but hear me when I say that we are on the verge of pulling off the single greatest feat of organized criminality this city has ever seen.
There we go. Why did we lose 300,000, Jen? Okay. Love the SOCOM 2 videos. Thank you. I'll try to have another one up tomorrow. Next playthrough after SOCOM 2 will be Max Payne 1. Great job, professional. Thank you. Bully playthrough will be after Max Payne. So after Max Payne, we'll do Bully. There's a viewer of mine who really wanted me to do Max Payne. Well, he asked me things about Max Payne, and so I told him we'd do Max Payne next after. I just had to do that because it's the yeah, the copyright for this. "20 to 30 feet range of your switch car." Oh, okay. Well, that's a good tip to know, JD. I didn't know that. Because of the shooting. Okay. Well, I guess we will probably, we'll probably wrap up the stream here, but, before I go, I'll still answer a few questions before I go here. So if you want to ask me anything before I go, feel free to, I'll answer a few questions here before I go. No, I haven't, Fernando. But I'll do one. I'll do one day. Well, on the channel I haven't, but I played one. I've watched Downfall. Yeah, it's a good movie. Pretty disturbing at times, but yes. I could, JD. Polish clan getting their name removed? Wait, what? What, Panda? What are you talking about? Yeah, he was. Radek was. The nightclub popularity... Well, nightclub popularity is much better. It's like full popularity gives $50,000 every 48 minutes now, right? It's much better than what we had in the past. Yeah, just message me, Caliber. What's your question? Message me after, and I'll answer after the stream then. Jedi Survivor, maybe one day. Crews are getting screwed over. Oh, they are? Huh. It is kind of, JD. Max Payne 1, you just download it. It's just on the PlayStation Store. I don't know, why is Max Payne 2 not on the PlayStation Store? Max Payne 1 is. I don't know why Max Payne 2 isn't. What's the difference between a psychopath and a sociopath? A psychopath has no sense of empathy. A sociopath might have some sense of empathy, might love their wife or husband, might love some of their family members, but everyone else they don't care about. But a psychopath doesn't love anyone. No, I haven't done the red balloons. We're gonna do that in the next Vice City story stream. No, I haven't done Max Payne lore videos. Liberty City Stories I played on a PS2 version on the emulator. Yes, that's right, Winston. I've just visited Poland. It's the only country I've visited. Maybe one day I do the Metal Gear Solid games. I think the last DLC should be a new heist. Like, give us a new location for the final DLC for GT Online and a new heist. I think that'd be the best final DLC GT Online can give us. Best investment for 500,000. There isn't really that much stuff. I mean, put it into an Acid Lab then, because Acid Lab doesn't really require that much stuff. Yeah, but you'd probably need more than that. They got censored? What? But Polish... Wait, so their crew name got deleted because their name was Polish Cartel? What? But that's just role playing. That's just them, like, they're not an actual cartel. They're just GT Online is a crime game. So of course people are gonna have crews that are based on like crimes. You have mafia and cartel and stuff like that. Doesn't mean that people are glorifying mafias or cartels. It's just a crime game. They're just role playing. So that's stupid. What are people of biker like biker crews? Are they gonna start getting banned next? That's stupid. That's dumb. Okay, yeah, that's stupid. Maybe I'll do a video talking about that, but that's stupid. I played Halo 3, but I didn't play much more than that. I'm not sure, DJ. I don't know if I'm the right person to ask for that. I mean, maybe it would be worth talking to him, at least hearing him out, but I don't know. My first GTA game was Vice City. Yeah, stream's ending. So we'll be wrapping it up here, guys. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. I do really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. And tomorrow we'll have the Saints Row Reboot DLC expansion, because there's another story DLC expansion, which we're going to have tomorrow up. It's probably going to be cringe, but promise you guys we do it. And we'll probably have the next part of SOCOM tomorrow. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful day, guys.